Welcome to another book review, and today we are going to be reviewing the cute book, The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. Okay, so first things first, this is a friends to lovers type of romance. It follows the two friends, Bree and Nathan. They've been friends since high school, and this is basically a young adult type romance. So they're best friends since high school. They're still friends. Without giving any spoilers, he is a professional football player in the NFL, and she is a dance instructor, former ballerina, former Juilliard, basically Juilliard acceptee student, or however which you want to describe it as. Without spoiling it, Bree has always had feelings for Nathan since high school. But friend zone. So they've been in the friend zone ever since. They're like bestest of best friends. To the point where they literally live 5 blocks from each other. So what ends up happening is Bree has her own dance studio, and the owner of her building ends up raising the rent. So Nathan comes in and swoops and pays for basically buys the building for her. So that way she just doesn't have to stress about worrying about, rent and having to do, overly exert herself to the point of teaching more classes and just doing too much. Because Bree loves her location, loves teaching classes, and she lowers her tuition so that way she can provide basically almost free dance classes to the little girls of the community. So basically two awesomely sweet people. But Bree's an independent woman. She doesn't like handouts. She likes to work for everything she has. And so when she finds out that Nathan did this, she kind of gets upset to the point where she goes out drinking with Nathan. Basically getting sloshed. Well, with Nathan being a professional athlete, you're going to have journalists trying to get scoops and stuff like that. Well, that's basically what happens. Bree gets very, very drunk, and she ends up just spilling her heart out to this reporter to the point where, they go viral. So to basically control the damage and to get the most out of the situation, they kind of agreed to date. So fake dating. You follow them on the journey of this fake dating. I'm not trying to spoil it because I love to encourage you guys to read it for yourselves to find out what happened. But basically, you're following the journey of Bree and Nathan navigating this fake dating. With that being said, without spoiling it, this book is hilarious. I laughed out loud so much. It's not a spicy romance. This is a pure young adult romance, which I actually love. The comedy is hilarious. Sarah Adams makes this book so realistic. Going from experience, a lot of the inner dialogue is realistic. When you're going through these moments where you may fall for your best friend, have feelings for your best friend, there's a lot of things that you're like, oh, is this real? No, this is fake. And you're always second guessing. So I love the fact that she dabbles in the reality of those moments where you do end up falling for your best friend. Especially if you went from being a platonic friendship with the opposite sex, and now starting to act on these feelings, even if it is in a fake way. It's just very hilarious to watch the inner dialogue of Bree. With that being said, I love the structure that Sarah Adams uses with the whole a couple of chapters you're in Bree's perspective, and then you have a couple of chapters or a chapter or two where you're in Nathan's perspective. That is perfect, because when you're sitting here reading it, you're like, oh, I wonder what Nathan's thinking in this moment or after that, and bam, I also love that with it being different perspectives, it's not like time warped or anything. Like you're going through a couple days in Bree's perspective. The next couple days you're going through Nathan's perspective. Also, supporting characters are phenomenal. I love that in this book you're actually getting to see more of like the guy support system. Usually when you're excuse me, usually when you're reading a romance, the girl always has her girls with her. Well, this book, it's the guys. Like Bree basically just has her sister as her supporting character. Nathan has the whole football team, and I love how as you're navigating through this book with Nathan, you see that his team, his friends have his back, and I loved reading their interactions. Like their interactions are so hilarious and so cute. And speaking from a girl who used to have her supporting team being mostly guys, this was so realistic to see the inner workings of a guy brain or the boy's brain. Like it was really, 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 really good, and it made this story that much enjoyable. And for it to be a romance, this was definitely a cute one. But it was also real. I love just the fact that how realistic it was. It was realistic with, when you're stressed out, most people go have a drink. When you're worrying or second guessing yourself, you're going to hit up your best friend. You're going to call them or go drive 2 hours just to get their opinion in the middle of the night. Like there's a lot of just cute moments. And I love the fact at the end of the day, these two always remembered that they're best friends first. So no matter what romantic feelings that they had, they always made sure that each other were okay. And that is just beautiful. So if I had to rate this book in regards to this new factuation with spicy, this is not a spicy book. I'd give it a 2 for spice. What if I were to say all around rating, this is a 5-star book. It was very well written. I love the supporting characters. I love the main characters. I love the way it was written. Nothing was confusing. It was a good pick. What suggested this book to me or recommended it? I was honestly just at Target walking through the book section, and I was like, oh, this seems like a good book to read. So it can be found at Target. It wasn't that expensive. It was only like $12. But I do suggest it. Do I see this book possibly becoming a movie? Yes, because it was that cute. Like this would definitely be like a cute little rom-com, maybe even straight to streaming service type of book. But it's cute. Would I read it again? Yeah, if I was in the mood for like a cutesy book, kind of like how it was with P.S. I Like You, would I recommend this book? Obviously, I'm recommending it to you, but I would also recommend it to my best friend as well because she likes cutesy little romances too. So again, if you're looking for something cute, not that thick, as you can see, lighthearted comedy romance, then I would suggest checking out the cheat sheet. As always, thank you for watching.